Hey everyone, it's Karen in the craft room in Little Britain. I just thought I would find a few things around the house to spruce up and share this idea with you. I know it's really hard right now. We can't buy a lot of things, and so I'm looking for things around the house to spruce up. I have this candle holder here that I found just to be a little bit bold in my home. It sits on my dining room table. I have a set of 3 of them, and I thought I wanted them to put them on my mantle, but they're just a little bit too dark, so I'm going to change it up. These were actually purchased at IKEA years ago, so I just wanted to soften it up, make it a little bit more rustic. So this is what we're going to do today, just to change it up a little bit, and nothing that really can't be changed back later when you change your mind. So with this, we're going to just start with some espresso paint, just from the dollar store. I also have some gray paint, I think from the dollar store, and I'm going to use some white chalk paint as well. This is the Rust-Oleum. You can use dollar store chalk paint, whatever you like. Now my husband prefers the candlesticks like this, but I'm looking for projects around the house, so I'm going to win this battle and paint this up. He's just lucky I'm not Mod Podging all the kitchen cabinets or something. So I'm going to start with my espresso paint, and I'm just going to put it on everywhere. And it doesn't have to be fully covered. You can see I have some the dark brown or black. They look black, but I believe they're dark brown. Still showing through. So we're just going to slap that paint on. Yes, I continually am looking around my house thinking, how can I change that? What can I do? That's what happens when we're cooped up a little bit and everything else is getting done. So why not? Okay, so we're getting there. I just liked the softer look. I'm going to change up my whole mantle. Do another little wooden piece that I'll maybe share with you once I get that going. And I'm going to add the last craft I did with the books, the personalized books painted. I'm going to add that to my mantle as well. So I'm looking forward to staring at something a little bit different than we have. So there we go. That's the brown paint. Now I am going to try to brush this along a little bit and use a heat gun. You can also use a hair dryer. Hair dryer works great. Just make sure all your stuff doesn't blow around on you. And this doesn't need to be perfectly dry. I kind of like the smudgy look of the grays and browns in with that white. So that's okay if they smudge together, but we do want to get it fairly dry. And when you do your projects, I would love to see them. I love to see what everybody's up to, what you're changing, upcycling, finding around the house. Probably my next craft will be just with some tin cans and some boxes, just maybe a little organizer that you or the kids would love to do. So maybe start saving some cans and boxes. I made a chili the other day for lunch, so I saved those cans and I'm gonna do something fun with those. Haven't 100% decided yet, but I'll grab some materials and see. Oops, so we're fairly dry, a little bit still wet up here. That's okay, I just don't want to smear it too much. So some of these spots are a little bit still wet. These are the kinds of things too you can do around the house and see if anybody notices the change. I know I mentioned to my husband about doing this and he liked the other one better, but like I said, I'm going to win this one. So I'm going to take a little bit of my gray paint now and I'm going to put spots of gray just here and there. And when I brush it, I'm using a dry brush. Just brush it lightly, like that's a big smear there, but once you start doing it lightly, you get a bit of that look of kind of like a shabby chic look. You know, Some people find that funny, shabby chic. But there we go. So a little bit of the grays, and we're going to add more later as well. That spot's a little bit wet, so you can see what's happened there. That's okay. We're going to do most of our covering with the white. You can choose any colors that you like. I wanted something kind of natural, rustic, shabby chic look. So those are the colors I chose, but certainly lots to choose from. So I'm going to give that a quick little dry. Hopefully that won't take too long. I know it's not fun for you to watch me dry things, but thinking what else you could turn into shabby chic. Like maybe you have some lanterns around the house that, you know, you're just kind of bored of. Some planters, indoor planters. You could do this too, just to change it up. We're all in the house. We're looking at everything all day long. So change it up a little bit. There we go. Now, with my chalk paint, I'm using a bit of a bigger brush. I want to cover more area a little bit quickly, and it gets a little bit a different look, more of that shabby look. So I'm just going to very lightly, as you can see here, I'll go over it, and you can even go back and forth. Do not load your brush up, just a little bit on your brush at a time. I kind of flick it even back and forth to get that light brushed look. Give it a little slap slap. And I haven't even added any more paint on my brush. I just had a little bit on there. You can add some, maybe wipe it off before you do this. But it's just like a very light covering. Gotten all the way around there. But the top part as well. And this doesn't take long at all, as you can see. We've got the look already. You may want to add some more browns or grays over top. That's fine. I did a little bit, I think I did a couple layers on my first one just to give it a little bit. That's a little bit too white, so we're going to add that. And very, very little paint on my brush, as you can see. More further up on my brush because I've used it more than once. Just left it in a plastic bag. Some brown on my brush now, so I'm going to add a little bit more white, and very lightly get this coated. Some spots are going to be darker than others. I don't want it consistent all the way around, but I think I do want a bit more white on this. So really, that's all you're doing is just a couple coats of paint, very lightly flicking it around. Make sure that you don't flick too far and damage some stuff in your space. But there we go. Let's just flick it a little there. That's my shabby chic candle holder. This is the one I did before. It's got a little bit more white. So however dark you want to go. This was the original color here, way too dark for my liking for my mantle. So I just changed it up. Hope you like them. They are quick and easy. You can use this paint idea on almost anything around your home. So have fun.